In Capital News tonight, legal experts called on to find out if citizens understand the country's laws. "15 illegal immigrants caught in Songwe region." And in sports, International Women's Sports Symposium launched today. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Carlos Banda. First, the national news. The President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Samia Suluhu Hassan, has called on legal experts to find out if the current laws are known and understood by the average citizens, because it is surprising to see that offences are still being committed. President Samia Suluhu Hassan said this during the commemoration of the 25-year anniversary of using the law to improve the lives of women that was prepared by the Women in Law and Development Africa, WILDAF.
Sheria zipo lakini makosa bado yapo. Inawezekana kabisa sheria hizi tumezitunga sisi tunaoyajua huku juu. WILDAF nani wamekaa wametuletea, serikali tumetizama, tatizo lipo, tufanyeni. Lakini hatukwenda chini kwa wananchi. Sheria hizi zinahitaji kutambuliwa na kukubalika na wananchi. Na hawawezi kuzitambua na kuzikubali mpaka tuende tukawaambie kuna sheria hii ina vifungu hivi.
Wakati sheria ya elimu pamoja na kanuni za adhabu sura ya 16 zinakataza mtoto wa chini ya miaka 18 kuingia katika mahusiano ya kimapenzi, na imetoa adhabu kali kwa wote watakaojihusisha na mahusiano ya kimapenzi. Sheria ya ndoa imehalalisha watoto wa umri huu kuolewa, na hivyo kusababisha kuwa inatumika kama kichaka.
The Immigration Division in Songwe region has apprehended 15 illegal immigrants, including 3 children who are citizens of Rwanda and Burundi, at Nanyala Inspection Center at the region's border with Mbeya region, that were traveling in 2 different buses heading to the countries south of the continent through the Tunduma border.
Tuliingia bila passport yoyote.
We entered the country without any document. We were arrested at a roadblock. They were arrested in 2 different buses. 9 were Burundians arrested in a bus heading to Zambia. 6 were Rwandese were arrested in a bus heading to Tunduma. Some of the immigrants have passports which shows that they were traders going to Kariakoo. However, their visa did not allow them to go to other country, but they went contrary to it.
ACT Wazalendo Party has advised the President of Tanzania, Samia Suluhu Hassan, to direct the Minister of Health, Umi Mwalimu, not to submit the nationwide health insurance bill for the 2nd time in the coming parliamentary session, so as to give the opportunity to a wider inclusive debate that involves all stakeholders in the country for the best interests of the nation.
Tuboreshe huu muswada kwa sababu sisi tunaamini bima ya afya kwa wote ni jawabu, lakini sio bima ya afya kwa wote kwa namna ambavyo muswada ulivyo. Kwa hiyo tunashauri kwamba Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa sababu yeye ndio mkuu wa serikali, ahakikishe kwamba muswada huu hauendi bungeni kwenye mkutano wa bunge huu kusoma kwa mara ya pili, uwe delayed, upelekwe kwenye mkutano wa mwezi Januari, Februari.
8 households with 168 people and 677 livestock are the 18th group of those who agree to voluntarily relocate from Ngorongoro Reserve to Msomera Village, Handeni District in Tanga region.
We are grateful to our president for this opportunity, because where we come from, we were living in bad conditions. 54 households with a total of 168 people and 667 cattle so far, a total of 1,500 households, 8,715 people, and 3,848 cattle have already relocated to Msomera.
Naomba kutoa wito kwa watendaji wa kata na vijiji.
I am calling on village and ward leaders who are responsible in registering people should continue doing the work in high speed. No one should be left out, especially those who are determined to relocate to Msomera.
The Deputy Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Omari Kipanga, has said that by December of this year, the Ministry of Education will launch a new education policy that will have various changes, including primary education ending at Standard 6. The Deputy Minister said this during the launch of the 7th University of Dar es Salaam International Mechanical and Industrial Engineering Conference.
Hamna mtihani wa darasa saba. Tutakuwa na assessment. Hamna kufeli. Compulsory education itakuwa mpaka form 4. Ni lazima kwa kila Mtanzania.
Liza unatakiwa kwa utaratibu wa usajili wa mhandisi anatakiwa afanye kazi chini ya mhandisi mzoefu kwa muda wa miaka 3.
Due to the increased amount of social media use in the country, the government and stakeholders have been urged to take part in providing education to citizens on cybercrimes and how they can avoid them. Now heading to another story, over 54,000 people, many of whom are youth aged between 18 and 25, do not know how to read, write or count, which has been allegedly caused by a decline in the education sector in Mbeya region.
People should expect mega changes in the education sector from teaching methods. People have failed to see impact of education provided for a very long time. We are trying to catch up with the rest of the world. Although the skills are diverse, we have no means of pupils' evaluation in all education levels. DAPT projects have brought a tool that can be improvised in our education system.
Elimu ya watu wazima upande wangu mimi imenisaidia pakubwa sana kwa sababu moja, mimi nimeishia darasa la 6. Lakini wakati natoka kwenye darasa la 6 nilikuwa sijui kuandika wala kusoma. Sasa hizi ninajua kusoma, najua kuandika.
People with visual impairment and blindness have asked the government to set conducive guidelines to help them have easier access to various buildings that provide services, including the government buildings, so that they can also have the same access as those without disabilities.
Kuwepo na mwongozo unaosimamia utekelezaji wa miundombinu rafiki katika majengo.
There should be a body responsible in monitoring implementation of friendly infrastructures in public buildings for people with disabilities. There should be laws that protect disabled needs instead of just mere statements which are not powerful enough to protect our interests. We are organizing Manyara Trade Fair exhibition that will showcase different products and even animals.
That is the end of the national news. We'll take a short break and return for international news. Glad to have you back. And now, international news. President William Ruto has led the 59th celebrations of Mashujaa Day at the Uhuru Gardens in Nairobi, Kenya, in his first national celebration as president since his swearing-in last month.
Our government has undertaken necessary personnel realignment in the security services to facilitate the rapid achievement of our objectives in this sector. On my first day in office, I executed the instruments to actualize the financial autonomy of the National Police Service and have given the necessary directives to enable it rapidly achieve national security strategic objectives. These actions extend to the facilitation of the Director of Criminal Investigations to expeditiously resolve investigations to a standard that can support effective prosecution and secure convictions.
The government of Burundi has been called on to strengthen peace and unity so that citizens of the country who fled in 2015 to escape political conflict and unrest can return and collaborate with other citizens to build their nation.
In efforts of restoring peace in the country, both the diaspora and those within the country must be certain of peace in the country. Although there are people who have been returning back in the country, we are calling on the government to continue putting more efforts in returning Burundians back in the country.
British Prime Minister Liz Truss, has announced she will stand down as leader of the Conservative Party just 6 weeks after she was appointed after her policies triggered economic turmoil and sharply divided the party. Here are more details to this story.
Speaking outside her Downing Street office on Thursday, Truss said she could not deliver the promises she made when she was running for Conservative leader, having lost the faith of her party. Truss said she will remain as Prime Minister until a successor is chosen. The Conservative Party will hold a leadership election to be completed within a week, she said. The opposition Labour Party called for an immediate general election.
Authorities in Ukraine have announced restrictions on electricity usage nationwide after a barrage of missile and drone attacks in recent days damaged power stations across the country. Here are more details.
We're the first of their kind since Russia's invasion in February. We do not exclude that with the onset of cold weather, we will be asking for your help even more frequently, Akrengo said in the statement addressing Ukrainians as winter approaches. Vitaly Klitschko, mayor of Kyiv, asked the president in the capital not to use major electrical appliances, saying even a small saving and reduction of electricity consumption in each residence will help to stabilize the national energy system's operation. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky this week said that 30% of Ukraine's power stations had been destroyed in drone attacks since October 10, leading to massive blackouts across the country.
And that story concludes the international news. We'll take a short break again and return for business news. And now, business news. NAB Bank has said that it is well prepared to serve cashew nut farmers in this 2022-23 season, which will include receiving and paying cashew nut payments on time, with some farmers asking for better prices at the auction set to begin on October 20th this year.
We are grateful for pesticides given by the government. We thank Honorable President for supporting Mtwara cashew nut farmers. Soon auctions will be opened. We urge our president to bring traders to purchase the crop for at least 1 kilogram to be sold by 5,000 shillings. As we are heading to the auction season, we are well prepared to receive transactions and pay farmers fast. Last but not least, we have made sure that farmers get financial services in their villages by introducing multiple agents.
Tanzania Tourism Board has announced the start of the 6th Swahili International Tourism Expo, which is expected to take place in Dar es Salaam, with Vice President Dr. Philip Mpango expected to be the guest of honor.
Maandalizi ya onyesho la 6 la kimataifa la utalii la Swahili International Tourism Expo.
Preparations for the 6th Swahili International Tourism Expo, which will be done from 21st to 23rd of October at Mlimani City Conference Hall, are complete.
Fahamike kwamba mamlaka ya usimamizi wa bandari imeiona iko fursa kubwa sana.
As the government, we assure you safety and security at all times while attending these exhibitions.
Entrepreneurs in Manyara region have been called on to pay taxes voluntarily so as to contribute to the development of the region and country as a whole, including being encouraged to work well with Tanzanian Revenue Authority.
Manyara is ready for trade. We are welcoming everyone at the first Tanzanite Manyara Trade Fair 2022.
Manyara imefunguka na iko tayari kibiashara.
We are grateful to the government for their cooperations in solving challenges faced in trade activities.
And that is the end of the business news. We'll take a short break and return for sports. Welcome back, and time to look at what's happening in the sports and games sector. The Minister of Culture and Arts and Sports, Mohamed Mchangera, has today officially opened the 2022 Women's Sports Symposium, which kicked off with the athletics and later has sports stakeholders debating how best to help girls participate in sports and win.
I congratulate you for introducing this festival that has brought people from different countries. Their presence should be a catalyst in improving our sports. We thought it is important to influence young girls to engage in sports activities at younger age.
Heading to another story, Dar es Salaam basketball team Vijana Queens has won 70-48 against Okeswa team from Arusha in the National Basketball League NBL, ongoing at the Benjamin Mkapa Indoor Court.
The game was quite tight, although in the end things changed because of our experience in the game. My team is very young. Although experience matters, there were small mistakes that can be amended.
Sports stakeholders in the country have been called on to invest in under-20 athletics competitions ongoing in Arusha at the Sheikh Amri Abed ground so that the country can gain competent athletics that will participate in and win international competitions.
Parents are supporting us well. I am calling on sponsors to engage in sports activities. When we are calling for sponsors, is to get good prizes for winners to be motivated in sports activities.
KMC will tomorrow face off against Azam FC in the NBC Mainland Premier League at the Uhuru Stadium in Dar es Salaam.
Friday match will be quite competitive, while technical bench is getting ready for good results.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our news bulletin for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, and good night.
And get updated on what is happening in Tanzania and around the world on political, social, and economic issues and events, without forgetting business and sports news. You can get it all right here on Capital News at 9:30 from Monday to Friday on Zuku Channel 067, Digitech Channel 1103, and Facebook Capital Television Tanzania.
Sasa unaweza kutangaza biashara yako hapa ITV ukiwa popote Tanzania. Wasiliana na mawakala wetu wa mikoani.
Moshi Boisafi Shopping Center 0767552551 au 0764150743. Talanta Insurance Agents wapo barabara ya Posta, jengo la Fresh Coach Moshi, 0767421822 au 0677480717. JM Communication wapo Marangu Mtoni, 0754841319 au 0762013679. Arusha Lihundi Communication 0757200769. Megatop Agents 0754300810 au 0784682268. Dodoma Loshia Investment wapo karibu na Kisasa Peregina, 0715603376 au 0784950300. City Boys Electronics 0754816000 au 0754773078. Mwanza Mwana Leonard Company Limited 0754963333 au 0753939193. ITV